Hi, my name is Nish Shulikbe, and I'm the founder of JazzUp AI. JazzUp AI is a platform that helps you uncover hidden customer buying patterns in your e-commerce sales data. So this demo, I will jump into it and show you how JazzUp AI works. The data I'm using comes from an actual store, but we've hidden their private data and the personally identifiable data and the hidden the customer data, including the product names, so that we maintain their privacy. But all of this is real data, and we've processed 1,000 of their orders, even though they have a lot more. They were really generous in providing us with this real data. So let's jump right in. When you log into JazzUp, you will see your dashboard of the different projects you've uploaded. We allow you to upload your CSV file, or you can connect your Shopify store directly. We also allow WooCommerce to be accessed directly, so you can just connect your store. We also process Wix and Squarespace, so it's going to be easy for you to connect your data. Let's jump right in. So what we're going to be doing is using this sales analysis 2024 data. All you have to do is click on your view buying patterns. Once that shows up, you can see all the different customer segments and buying patterns that we've discovered within this 1,000 orders in this store data. What you can see here, let's just scroll down a bit. So I'm just going to go over a few of them. Lost VIP, these are customers who have purchased in the past, they spent a lot of money in the past, but for some reason they're no longer engaging. Churn risk, these are people who are most likely going to leave the business, leave you as a customer. So it's important for you to do something, whether it's engage them, give discounts, or whatever it is. We can go down here. The segment I love the most is the Sleeping Giants segment. These are people who have spent a lot of money. They don't buy that frequently, but when they do, they spend quite a lot of money. And this is the segment that we'll go into. So all you have to do is click the inside button. And while it's loading, we process up to 50,000 rows of data within 10 minutes to get you these insights. So if you have 50,000 orders, we can handle that within 10 minutes. If it's 100,000, then it goes up by 2 to 3 minutes. So there are two things you have to know when it comes to the insights you get with JazzUp. First, we have the high level information where you can see what we call here the customer behavior map. This is a combination of the different behaviors that that particular customer group has. So if you can see here, you can see the spending level on the scale of 0 to 100. You can see that they are 85, which means that they are some of the top spenders in your business. Also, recent engagement, they've engaged quite recently. They repeat visits, they don't come back to buy from the store that often. So I see there's opportunity to improve that here. The average order size, as you can see, that's 100. That means these people, they are at the top. They spend the most per order within the company. And this loyalty duration, this is how long they've been customers. So these people haven't really been customers for too long. That means there's also opportunity here to change that. Now, a quick overview of these eight boxes. As you can see, yes, it has the revenue, but if you look closer, you'll notice that multiplying any of these numbers together will get you to the revenue. So you can see the number of customers, the average order value, and the average frequency. When you multiply these together, you will get your revenue. What does that tell you? That means that all you have to do is to increase one of these numbers and you'll increase your revenue. So you can increase the number of customers, your average order value, or your frequency. Now let's look at the second row. I believe this row is extremely important because it not only shows you the average quantity that the customer buys. So this particular group, let's scroll up, the Sleeping Giants. Again, these are customers with high potential, but they don't engage that much. But when they do, you can see that they buy almost four items. While that information is great, what you can see is they actually stick to just one product. It's 1.03, which means some of them buy two products, three products, but most stick to one product. What does that tell you? That means that they prefer to buy multiple of the same product. It's unlikely that if you give them a complementary product, they'll buy that. They just come in for one thing, buy it, and leave. So the strategy here is to either continue doing that for them or figure out an ideal complementary product. Let's scroll down here. As you can see, this is the revenue over time. This line here, this is the average revenue throughout the year. But you can see that between August and September and October also, they performed pretty well. So there's something here. Either this business in particular, they increased their marketing, or they had particular products that this customer group liked. We can scroll down here to check if that assumption is right. And as you can see, again, we changed the product names. This Aquamarine Mermaid, these two products, these account for the most individual products sold by this particular company. And we've also added something else. This, we call it a cumulative chart, a cumulative graph. You can see that these four products, they account for 82% of all the sales for this customer group. That means that when this customer group buys, they only buy one of these particular products. They don't buy this product and that product, or this and that. They just buy one. And next, when you can see here that if this is 80%, that means these other products, they account for less than 20% of sales for this particular customer group. What does that say? It means that in your marketing, it doesn't make sense for you to push this jumperoo product or these other products. If you have a large scale store, it might make sense for you to keep pushing this, but it's advisable for you to focus on these products. The rule here is focus on the top 80% of products that are selling. And if you do want to sell these smaller products, you might want to bundle them together and sell them to the customer. But I'm sure you've heard me say a lot of hypotheses, a lot of theories here. So you might want to say, okay, so how do I know what exactly is going on? What should I do? How do I confirm all this information? And that's where the action center comes in. The action center is a place where you go to just for actions, where you look for use cases, strategies. There are no fancy graphs, nothing. It is just text telling you exactly what to do in what situation. And all you have to do is take that information and go do it. So you can click up here with the action center or just click down here and it takes you to the same place. So once you click on the action center, as you can see, this is just text-based. There's nothing fancy here, no fancy tables or graphs. It is just text. So you're probably going to spend some time reading to understand this customer segment better. Just to clarify, every other customer segment has access to their own action center where you can get information, deep dive information about each of your customer segments. For context, every single customer segment that we discover has an action center, so you'll be able to deep dive and get specific actions that you can take for that segment. So very quickly, in the action center, you can do four things. You can get strategies for specific use case or just general situations. You just need to click on one of these, which I'll show you in a second. Next is the customer pulse. This feature is actually a survey where we've created specific questions for this customer group. If you need more information to understand the customer directly, this customer pulse feature has those questions that will allow your customers to respond. And you can look at the data to understand, okay, so do customers really just want that one product, or is it that they just don't have complementary products that you sell to them? Now, their answers will be different from what you get in another segment. So it's important to have these segment-focused surveys. The next is the content creation feature, which allows you to create content specific for this customer segment. Now, these are AI driven, so you don't have to come up with the text and the images. We come up with the text. You can also use your images, but we have a repository of actual images that you can use to create this. You'll also get help with the text because they're AI driven and they pulled also from the data you have and the products that you have. Finally, this social media analysis, this project, as of recording this demo, this is coming soon. But the goal of this is that it will analyze the performance of the content you post on your social media, also the ads that you have, and recommend how to improve them for this particular customer segment. And it also does the same for other customer segments. So particular situation is for store owners who are trying to have a conversation with retail buyers so you can get your product into their store. And retail buyers have certain questions and certain data that they're looking for. And what this report generation does using our AI feature is to create a report for you and also help you look for areas that you might need to improve upon. So I'll just click on that. It takes about 30 seconds, sometimes less. But the goal here is for you to get all the information you need before that buyer meeting. All right, that was pretty quick. And yeah, so you can pause the video if you like, but this report goes over the specifics about this segment. It tells you why this product will be a strong fit for a particular retailer. If you don't have a list of retailers, you can first look at this, and then when you conduct your research, you can look for retailers that align with these strengths or that need this gap filled by strengths like this. Okay, that is pretty much it. You can deep dive into JazzUp. One thing I didn't go over was our customer pulse. You can try this out. Here, this gives you specific information directly from the customer. So you get first party data, what customers are saying about this, about why they bought, why they're not buying, what they want to see, and certain other things.